Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good once again here? Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for joining in. North Carolina against Ole Miss in 11 versus 6 matchup. UNC picked up a win in the first 4 in Dayton on Tuesday, advanced over to play this game on Friday. They destroyed San Diego State 95-68 in the play-in game. They're 9-2 in their last 11 games. They are just 2-12 in quad 1 games, but still able to find his way into the field, took out all their frustration on the Aztecs, and going to see if they can do it once again in this game today. Ole Miss looking for their first NCAA tournament victory as a program since 2013. Head coach Chris Beard in his second season, the former Texas Longhorn head coach. They had a pretty solid year, 22-11, 10-8 in the SEC, really balanced scoring attack. 6 guys averaging double figures this season for the Rebels, and they're under Chris Beard, who's perfect in the first round at 4-0. Also well represented by seniors in the roster. They get 10 seniors on this team for Ole Miss. North Carolina led by R.J. Davis. It's been a roller coaster of a year, a roller coaster the last couple of tournaments for UNC, but R.J. Davis started off the season really slow for the perimeter. Last 18 games, though, he's shooting 48% from 3. They're a top 15 shooting team in the country from the perimeter. This game could be decided at the 3-point arc in this matchup. What's good, Jake Vegas? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. There you go. Looks like Jake's watching the women's game for Notre Dame. Best of luck there. And Vegas took the play-in game winner over Ole Miss for this one, so we'll see how it goes. I took North Carolina, too. I was back and forth between who I wanted between Ole Miss and Iowa State, and then once I saw North Carolina on Tuesday, I was like, man, this team looks really good. If they're shooting the ball like this, they have a good chance that they're going to do it once again and transfer that momentum. They actually had an extra day to prepare, because usually the play-in games, like a Tuesday, usually they put that team on a Thursday, but they had an extra day where Xavier had 1 day fewer because Xavier played on Wednesday. North Carolina played the first playing game on Tuesday, so this day of rest might benefit out North Carolina, though Ole Miss had an extra day to scout out UNC too. But man, UNC's just shooting the cover off the ball recently for them, ripping down a bunch of threes in that win over San Diego State. Games going on right now. Colorado State looking to see if they can pull off that classic 12v5 upset over Memphis. A lot of us in the bracket had Colorado State over Memphis, and Colorado State up by 11 with 2.5 minutes left to go, 72-61. So finally, looks like the Mountain West is going to get on the board and pick up their first NCAA tournament win as a conference. Dane Danger, former Baylor Bear, monster numbers with 22 points and 12 rebounds, but not enough right now for Memphis as they're down by 11. They got a lot of turnover issues. They got a lot of injuries for Memphis. So that's why Colorado State, they were a 12 seed. They were really just an underseeded 12 seed that had been red hot, winners of 9 straight, whereas Memphis had played in the easy conference in the American. They had played a lot of close games in the American. They had struggles at the free throw line this year, and they had a lot of turnover issues, and looks like right now that's coming back to haunt them. Only 2:20 left to go. Memphis just scored. They're down by 9, 73-64. Duke is up against Mount St. Mary's, 54-28. Vanderbilt looking pretty good right now, 22-16 over St. Mary's. St. Mary's really struggling to score the ball right now. Under 5 minutes left to go in the first in that one. Yeah, West Virginia was in every single bracketologist bracket. 111 expert bracketologists projected West Virginia in the tournament, and they got replaced by North Carolina. North Carolina, a chance to see if they can put together an NCAA tournament run that continues. And playing with a chip on their shoulder right now, heating up at the right time for UNC. Elliot Cadeau, R.J. Davis, Drake Powell, Van Allen Lubin, Jalen Witters, the starting 5. For Ole Miss, it is Sean Padula, Jalen Murray, Matthew Morrell, Dre Davis, and Malik Dia. That's 4 seniors and 1 junior inside the starting lineup for Ole Miss. They got multiple seniors on the team. Chris Beard is 5-0 all-time in the first round of the NCAA tournament. 42-23 career record at Ole Miss, looking to rejuvenate his coaching career, finding his spot here in Mississippi after being the head coach for Texas. Had a lot of success with the Longhorns, and then unfortunately some accusations went his way that he had to leave the program, and then he found a new home here at Ole Miss and having a lot of good success here. 20-plus win seasons back-to-back years in his first 2 years from Mississippi. Ole Miss hasn't won a tournament game since 2015. That was the first 4 game that they won. They haven't won a first-round game since 2013. North Carolina, you don't know what you're going to get in the tournament. Jekyll and Hyde, this team was an 8 seed 3 years ago. They went all the way to the national championship game. They were up by 18 and lost to Kansas in that national championship game. As we are other way, left to right in the floor, UNC with an opening possession as they control the opening tip. Elliot Cadeau, top of the key, slides it over to his right to Jalen Witters. Here's a 3 taken straight away by Cadeau. No good. Missed around the rim and out. And Ole Miss with a box out as they pick up the defensive rebound with Dre Davis. A lot of transfers on the Ole Miss. Dre Davis played at Seton Hall in Louisville. Matthew Morrell, he has played 150 games, a fifth-year senior for Ole Miss. Jalen Murray out of St. Peter's, the team that pulled off the upset, the Peacocks, a couple years ago against Kentucky in the bracket. Bounce past baseline, deflected out of bounds, will stay Ole Miss ball. Sean Padula, the leading scorer of the team, a former Virginia Tech transfer. Malik Dia out of Vanderbilt and Belmont. So they are packed with transfers on their team here for this Ole Miss squad. First 45 seconds into action. Ole Miss on the inbound. They soar up and they dunk it. UNC completely fell asleep on that inbound. Drake Davis threw it down with a 2-headed flush. Second possession now for UNC. Cadeau slides it off to his right to Drake Powell. Powell drives inside the paint. Powell scoop pass out to the left corner. Corner 3, no good. That is off the mark by Jalen Witters. Rebound goes back to Ole Miss. Seth, what's good? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, so West Virginia, unfortunately, didn't make it in. That was a big shock and replaced by North Carolina, 1-12 going into Selection Sunday and quad 1 wins. Ole Miss up by 2 here. Ole Miss fires a 3. Ole Miss drills the 3. Dre Davis from downtown. 5-zip Mississippi. This Ole Miss team is really balanced. 6 guys averaging double figures. Dre Davis is one of them. Cadeau lob down low, and there's Van Allen Lubin who scores. So North Carolina is on the board. We're just getting started. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, type in the chat who you guys want to win this one. UNC Ole Miss. Here's a 3 taken top of the key by Ole Miss, and they drill it. That is number 5, Jalen Murray, the transfer out of St. Peter's. Quick start here for the Rebels. UNC with the ball. Top of the key with Cadeau. Slides it over to his right around the perimeter. Drake Powell. Drake Powell guarded by Padula. Dribble drives up to the elbow. Jumper over Padula. That came off the rim short. Rebound tipped over to Ole Miss. Ole Miss playing with a lot of good balance so far. Out to the quarter. Wide open three by Powell. Off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, Ole Miss. Couldn't stay in bounds with it, though. They bobbled it out of bounds. Yeah, they're spacing the floor really well. This is a good start for Ole Miss. Their team had been trending downwards in efficiency late stretch of the season for them, so this is a really good start to get these guys going. UNC has been on the opposite spectrum. They've been red hot, even though they have just one signature win coming into the tournament was neutral floor back in December against UCLA. They've just soared up with their efficiency recently. Bad pass by UNC inside the key. Broke it up as Ole Miss comes up with a steal by Padula. Padula, bad pass intercepted. Right back by Davis. Davis brings it up the floor for UNC. On top over to Drake Powell. Driving, attacking down low. Skip pass. Quarter out of bounds. It's a turnover. Terrible pass there by the Tar Heels. That was way off the mark to Jalen Withers. Hey, what's good? I love offers in the stream. Welcome in. I cover some of the games from time to time. I usually spread it out, so I'll be back later tonight covering Oklahoma versus UConn. I'm probably going to do one game tomorrow because I still got a lot of prep stuff I have to get done for Sunday, and I got a game that I'm covering for college lacrosse tomorrow afternoon. So the game that I plan on covering tomorrow is going to be Gonzaga against Houston at 8:40. Jamin Brakefield drilled a three. 11-2 Ole Miss right now. And a timeout taken by Hubert Davis for UNC. Sean Padula, beautiful dime as he was double-teamed, forced a double, swung it out towards his left. And Ole Miss is scoring at a high rate to begin this one. What's good, Anastasia? Welcome in. I took North Carolina in this game, and a lot of that was based on how they performed in the first four. And right now, a tough start for UNC currently. Yeah, North Carolina, you don't know what you're going to get. If they're hot from three, things are going to look really good, but this defense, yikes. Oh my goodness, the defense is so bad right now. Duke's up at halftime against Mount St. Mary's, 54-28. Colorado State's looking like they're going to beat Memphis in the 12-5 upset, 76-67. Can't really say that's an upset because Colorado State was actually a 2.5-point favorite against the dinged-up, overseeded Memphis team. Colorado State, winners of 9 straight, was underseeded for them. Vanderbilt up against St. Mary's 24-16 and just started this one. It's 11-2 to the first timeout. Yeah, we didn't even get to the first media timeout yet. We get to the first Hubert Davis, North Carolina timeout. Yeah, this Ole Miss team is stacked with seniors. They got 8 seniors on their team. They got a bunch of transfers on the squad. Or they got 10 seniors on the team. 10 seniors they got. I believe it's the second most in college basketball behind Louisville. Louisville's got 12. Yeah, this Ole Miss team is a low-key sleeper team for them because they got a lot of good balance. They take on Iowa State, who's got some key injuries. Iowa State had no problem with Lipscomb today. I was honestly worried about Iowa State today, but they handled Lipscomb rather easily. 82-55. Iowa State beat Lipscomb. Yeah, Ole Miss right now is playing their game. I think they're aware that the SEC has been playing down so far this tournament. We've seen Mississippi State get eliminated. Georgia yesterday get throttled by Gonzaga. It's been a not so great of a start for the teams in the bottom half of the SEC, for the teams that made it to the bracket. But Ole Miss is kind of like in the middle portion. And they're playing really well to start this game. So is Vanderbilt right now. Vandy's leading St. Mary's 27-16 Vandy. Wow. I took St. Mary's in that game. I was really concerned about Vandy's size going into that game. They're one of the smallest teams in college hoops. They rack up the fewest amount of rebounds out of anybody in the country, so going up against a strong defense like St. Mary's. St. Mary's is going to limit their opponent to like 1 shot per possession and then come up with a defensive rebound. But no, that's not the case here. Vandy out to a strong start. Come back to action here. Ole Miss out to a strong start. 11-2. North Carolina's pass broke it up out of bounds off Ole Miss. This is a deep Ole Miss team as well. Colorado State just beat Memphis, 78-70 the final score. Colorado State, first win by the Mountain West this tournament, advances on to the second round. UNC at the free throw circle, lob down low, and behind the defense they score up and off the backboard by Van Allen Lubin. So UNC trying to make this a game right now. Padula. This ball goes towards his right to Dre Davis. Dre Davis at the top of the key. Sends it off to his left to Brakefield. Brakefield, 10 on the shot clock. Brakefield, spin cycle, backs his way. Brakefield slides it out to the right wing. Matthew Morrell. Here's a jumper, and they got it. That is Dre Davis from downtown off the assist by Morrell. 14-4 for Mississippi. North Carolina yet to make a 3. Ole Miss is 4 for 5 from the perimeter. R.J. Davis yet to get on the board. Cadeau outside of Davis, 15 on the shot clock. Davis, top of the key, playing one-on-one iso ball. Davis, dribble, drive, kick, quarter 3. Jalen Withers splashes it. 7-point game. Now North Carolina can start to make a 3. Ole Miss with the ball, crossing midcourt with Sean Padula. Padula dribbles up here to the left wing. Padula drives inside the paint, sneaks right past one defender, missed the layup, and that ball is bouncing around the hardwood. Dre Davis fell on top of it. He's out of the play right now. UNC with a 5-4 in transition. 3 at the wing. They bury another one. It's a 4-point game. Dre, that is R.J. Davis from downtown for UNC. If you like shot making right now, if you like threes, we got it right here, right now. 14-10, multiple threes combined between these two teams to start things off. North Carolina commits a foul. That's the first personal foul of the game, and we're under the 16-minute mark as we head over to the first TV timeout of today's game as well. 14:47 left to go in the first half. We're going by fast, and we're getting a lot of threes so far. Yeah, fun one to start off here. This has been a good game. I could tell that this game was going to be really good. What games do I decide? I usually decide based on, like, the teams that's playing, like, usually, like, bigger college teams, but also, like, the time of the game. That's what I take into account. Because I would have loved to stream that Michigan-UC San Diego game, but unfortunately, I'm from Mass, so I did watch the end of that game, but I was so tired by the time that game wrapped up. And I fell asleep in the final, I think, like 14 minutes left between Texas Tech and UNC Wilmington. I fell asleep. I couldn't watch that one last night. But yeah, I'll be back live later tonight covering UConn against Oklahoma. And then tomorrow, I'm probably leaning towards just one stream tomorrow for myself. I have a college lacrosse game tomorrow afternoon at 12. And then I have a baseball broadcast I'm doing at Stonehill on Sunday. So I still have to, like, do some prep for that baseball broadcast. So I'm going to be doing that in between the end of this stream into the next stream, and then going to be doing that like tomorrow morning too, and then tomorrow afternoon after I get home. So I'm probably just going to cover one game tomorrow with Houston against Gonzaga. I feel like that's the best one that everybody's talking about, and it's at 8:40, so it's not like a terrible time at all or anything. So I'll be home probably around like 5 or 6 after my game tomorrow. So I'm hoping to cover Houston against Gonzaga tomorrow. And then Sunday, I'm probably going to have one of my good friends, John from Off the Wall Hockey. We're probably going to do a joint stream for that one tomorrow. I haven't seen him in ages, so he might be over tomorrow for a joint stream of Houston Gonzaga. I took UNC in this game today. Yeah, Mr. Tops, my tortoise been doing pretty well. My girlfriend's been well. And there you go. Looks like Jake's going back to work tomorrow. Awesome, man. North Carolina 2 for 4 right now from three-point range. Jalen Withers and R.J. Davis making a 3 each. Ole Miss red hot to shoot from the floor so far. 4 for 5 from 3. Dre Davis with 8. Jalen Murray with 3. Jamin Brakefield with 3. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do on Sunday for streams because I have a college baseball broadcast at 12. Here's the thing. The team that I'm covering, Stonehill, the team that they play on Sunday, Maryland Eastern Shore, they went 0-48 last year for Maryland Eastern Shore. So I'm anticipating, usually those games last like 2.5, 3 hours. I'm anticipating a 4 or 5 hour game if they can't throw the ball over the plate. So yeah, it starts at 12. So probably like a late night stream. I'm most likely targeting around like the 7 or 8 p.m. time slot for Sunday, most likely. Ole Miss, as we came back from the timeout, they just buried a baseline J. UNC down by 6 right now. Back-to-back threes by North Carolina to get them right in this game. The 3 taken straight away, missed off the background by RJ Davis. Rebound collected by Matthew Morrell. Ole Miss with possession. Jalen Murray off to Brakefield, former Duke transfer. Top of the key here with Ole Miss. Hand off to number 7, Davon Barnes. Barnes drives inside the paint at the low block. 5 of the shot clock for Davon Barnes. Turnaround jumper, no good off the back rim, and the ball gets tipped up, and North Carolina collects the defensive rebound. Yeah, Colorado State beat Memphis. North Carolina going to slow it down here. 13:45 left in the first. Jumper, 18-footer, straight away, no good. It's a tough J there for UNC. Ole Miss going the other way. Malik Dia from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, bouncing bodies inside a low post, and he scores with a right-hand finger roll. Oh, it's a physical bucket right there by the big fella. 8-point lead for Mississippi. They got 2 players at the scorer's table. This is a really deep Ole Miss team. They go 6 guys averaging double figures. RJ Davis slides it off to the far side corner. Lob down low, deflected by Ole Miss and intercepted. Scrappy defense from Mississippi as well. Chris Beard just is a fantastic head coach. Just always gets the best out of his teams when it comes down to defense and physicality. We have an offensive foul here, charged to Jamin Brakefield. So he hooked a UNC defender. That was Seth Trimble that was guarding him, and he hooked. Yeah, so Maryland Eastern Shore last year for baseball, they had an 0-48 record. North Carolina back with possession. We get 100+ watching right now. If you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. RJ Davis off to his left for the Tar Heels around the perimeter. Crossover, attacking inside the paint. That is Ian Jackson, and he goes up, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up here for North Carolina. When can players enter the transfer portal? I believe they can right now. So, yeah, that transfer portal is open because I saw that there's been players that's already announced that they're going to transfer. Bryce Hopkins, a couple of days ago, it was Wednesday, he said that he's going to transfer. It's kind of an odd... First free throw is good. Kind of an odd statement John Rothstein for CBS Sports put out about Bryce Hopkins' transfer. Let's see here. He put out Providence's Bryce Hopkins will enter the transfer portal with a do not contact. That's very weird. Everybody on Twitter was like, what in the world is that? So I guess that teams aren't going to contact Bryce Hopkins. He's going to choose wherever he wants to go. As Ole Miss scores inside a low post with Malik Dia. Man, they are taking it. Physicality to another level right now in this game. SEC has been playing down in this tournament so far, and they're making a statement out of the SEC as Davis attacks the paint, and he goes up, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up for North Carolina. What's good? Welcome back in. We got Bryce, we got Jason. Glad to have you guys back on board again. And my clock's a little bit slow. We're just under 12 minutes left. 11:57 left to play. We hit the media break here. Under 12 left in the first half. Ole Miss coming out on fire right now. 8 for 11 shooting, 4 for 5 from 3. North Carolina with a lot of defensive mental lapses to start off this game. Duke is blowing out Mount St. Mary's 60-30. Vanderbilt up at the half, 29-22 against St. Mary's. And then Grand Canyon going to tip off against Maryland in about 10 minutes. Yeah, Colorado State beat Memphis 78-70. They get a career-high 23 out of Kyan Evans. He hit 6 threes. Colorado State as a team drilled 11 threes. They won 19 for 25 at the free-throw line. Memphis shot just 26% from 3. Memphis turned it over 16 times. Yeah, that's been the issue for Memphis, that they have so many turnover issues for them. 16 turnovers for Memphis. They had 3 guys turn over the ball 4 times. Story of the game right there. 8 assists to 16 turnovers from Memphis. Yeah, just insane. They were projected to be an 8 by like most bracketologists. So a really good record this year, but they were like one of the luckier teams in America because they kept on winning close game after close game, and the teams that they were playing in conference weren't like anything great this year. Just a really down season for the American. I wonder when Memphis is going to start to like do conference realignment and transfer over to another conference, because I just can't imagine them staying too much longer in that conference. It's basically Memphis, and then it's everybody else. It's like the old Conference USA and the Sun Belt that joined in that conference. Everybody else is off to bigger conferences, Big 12 mostly for those teams. The American used to be really good. Houston, Cincinnati, Louisville was there for a few years. I think Rutgers was there before they joined the Big 10. It was really good back in 2013, 2014. UConn used to be part of the American. And all that remains basically Memphis. UCF used to be in that conference. That used to be like the old Big East. Back in like 2009, like late 2000s, early 2010s, and then when the Big East completely dissolved, there was teams going left and right to other conferences, and then the Big East just wanted all the Catholic schools, so all the state schools had to dissolve and form that American conference. Splitting the free throws was North Carolina as we get back to action. RJ Davis going 1 for 2 at the charity stripe. 20-12, Ole Miss leads. Ole Miss in a 3-minute-plus field goal drought right now for the Rebels. Started off this game red hot. Jalen Murray, his pass intercepted inside the key. Gets picked off by North Carolina. Out to the races. Ian Jackson puts it off the glass. No good. Too strong. Out of bounds off UNC. It was Allen Lubin who touched it last. Hey, there we go. Vegas looking really good right now. Yeah, I picked way too many upsets in the opening day, so I'm not doing too hot currently. Got most of these games besides the first one so far. Not looking too hot with Vandy against St. Mary's, though. I took St. Mary's in that game. But none of these teams I took really far. I've got hit a couple times with the Sweet 16, but nobody from like the Elite 8 downwards. That 3 drills down by Dre Davis from the perimeter. 23-12 Mississippi. Ole Miss out to make a statement. Dre Davis already with 11. UNC with possession. RJ Davis, jumper at the elbow, connects on it. You got to play defense here if you're North Carolina. I mean, this game is slipping away from you really fast, and a lot of people before this tournament, over under ACC wins, everybody was bumping up the 6.5 wins for the over there. People were saying that UNC and Duke single-handedly might get 7 wins combined as Ole Miss buries the 3, 26-14. 6 made threes by Ole Miss coming out of here in the first half. UNC down the lane. Trimble goes up, gets fouled. So 2 free throws coming up at the line here for Seth Trimble. Check that. No, they're not going to give him free throws. It was before the shot, so they line up with this being an inbound. North Carolina with the inbound. RJ Davis back out to the perimeter. Step back 3 in the air for Ian Jackson. Halfway down, rattled out to rebound secure by Ole Miss as they look to run with it right now. Mississippi drives, attacks the paint, tangled up, and the foul committed here by UNC. This will send Jalen Murray to the free throw line. This is getting a little bit out of control right now. Jalen Murray, one of 6 guys who's scoring above 10 points per game for Ole Miss at the free throw line. First one missed. Yeah, this is a pretty complex team to defend. You got just a balanced scoring attack out of this team going through the roster. There's a couple of teams that's like this. UCLA is another one. They got just whole balance down the line. Those 2 teams, this one and UCLA, Ole Miss and UCLA, they don't really have like that go-to superstar guy, but it's just like complete balance that they have in depth. 27-14 right now. That's what got Florida Atlantic all the way to the Final Four a few years back. They went like 11 guys deep. 27-14. North Carolina needing something right now to get back in this game. Set Trimble. Over to Withers. Finds Trimble around the perimeter. Trimble, top of the key. Drives. Downhill and Dre Davis. Out to the top here finds Trimble. Trimble, mid-block. Shovels it outside. Cadeau launches the 3. That is well off the mark. Padola collects the defensive rebound. Mississippi by 13 and with possession. Matthew Morrell, bounce pass, left baseline, Dre Davis backs his way. He had an opening as he's working on RJ Davis. Dre Davis, right-handed baby hook, and he got it to go. 15 up right now for Mississippi. North Carolina in deep trouble currently. They're playing around the perimeter. Ole Miss is getting set to the middle. And a jumper here by Jalen Withers as he went up, got fouled. 2 shots coming up here by Jalen Withers. There's a lot of mismatches that they're hunting down, and they're excelling at them for Ole Miss. A lot of size, just matchups that they're exploiting off switches so far. And Hubert Davis just isn't making any sort of adjustment currently in this game. First free throw able to roll around the rim, go in. Substitution once again for Ole Miss. Jamin Brakefield back in the game. Trey Davis right now on the bench. Yeah, this is a really complex Ole Miss team to like scout and prepare for, because you got 6 guys that come right at you and are able to score the ball, every single one of them. 29-16. Down to 9 minutes left to go in the first. Sean Padula. Used to play in the ACC, former Vatek Hokie. Over to the elbow, Morrell. And got a strip turnover. That was Brakefield who lost it. North Carolina in transition off the bounce pass, and RJ Davis couldn't finish. Tough defense at the rim there for Ole Miss. Mississippi attacking the paint, and it's a shooting foul charge to North Carolina. 2 free throws coming up by Jamin Brakefield. Hit us up in the chat who you guys got for this one here. North Carolina, Ole Miss. Type it in the chat here, folks. And if you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Jamin Brakefield, 6 points so far. Perfect, 2 for 2 from the floor. First free throw missed. That's the only thing that's helping out Carolina right now is that Ole Miss has missed a couple free throws. So 1 for 3 right now at the line. Second shot's good. $14-point lead. Lubin with 2 fouls now for UNC. RJ Davis lobs it, low block, double team. Ole Miss commits the foul. That's their 6th. As a team, still a lot of time left to go in this first half. I mean, foul issues aren't going to be a problem for Ole Miss because they constantly rotate in and out. That is Dre Davis. Dre Davis got 2, and then 1 each by Dia, Brakefield. Davon Barnes has to sit on the bench. He was the one who picked up the foul. That's his 2nd for Davon Barnes. Inbound for UNC. RJ Davis working on Padula at the top of the key. Switched here, guarded by Malik Dia. Sends it off to Cadeau. Attacks inside the paint. Cadeau, no good. Missed off the glass. Missed. He blew a layup from point-blank range. He was open to, just too crafty. And tried to do too much, being complex with it. North Carolina just 5 for 15 shooting. Ole Miss 11 for 14. A backdoor cutter. And they got lucky. There's the layup attempt. Went off the side of the backboard. It was altered by UNC. RJ Davis. Dump off out to the baseline. You got to slow down the ball. Be more comfortable here if you're UNC. You're rushing these possessions right now. Elliot Cadeau. A lot of dribbling. Inside the key. Outside. Finds his teammate Drake Powell. Elevates for the 3. He buries it. That's going to help out the cause for UNC. 30-19. Still a lot of game left to play. North Carolina 3 for 8 from 3. Ole Miss 6 for 7. Padula attacks the paint. Padula fouled. That's on Powell. $7:28 left to go in the first half as we're under 8. That means another media timeout. All right, back into another timeout. I believe it was before the shot, so I believe it's going to be an inbound coming up. Sean Padula was driving down the lane and Seth Trimble contacted Padula, but it looked like it was before the shot. Quick scoreboard update right now with games going on currently. Duke is smashing Mount St. Mary's 68-41. Vanderbilt up at a half over St. Mary's 29-22. And here we got an 11-point lead for Ole Miss 30-19. Got a lot of people pouring in for this one, 100 plus. If you guys enjoy the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And I'll be back later tonight covering Oklahoma against UConn, so feel free to join in if you like for that one. Right now, quick word from our sponsor. This stream is sponsored by BetUS, where you can bet on the season sports action. With BetUS, it's an A+ rated sports book, which has been running since 1994. It's available in all 50 U.S. states. With BetUS, you can bet on your favorite sports teams, players, and sporting events. And for new sports bettors, you go to the BetUS website. You'll receive a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits of up to $2,000. Use my BetUS channel link, which is posted in the description of the video and pinned into the chat to get started, or you can click the QR code at the bottom corner of this screen. So check out my new sponsor, BetUS. The link is in the description of the video, pinned in the chat as well. The QR code at the corner. BetUS has been changing the game for over 30 years. All right, 30-19. Yeah, I was debating on it back and forth, back and forth. I wanted to take the night one because it gives like more time in between, so I can have like a chance to eat dinner after this. Yeah, because this game's gonna be done probably around like the 6:30 hour ish, around that time frame. Okay, so this has been ruled a shooting foul, so this will be 2 shots here by Sean Padula at the free throw line. So he was going up in the shooting motion. First one's good by Padula. Yeah, Vanderbilt up at the half by 7. Not a good sign for St. Mary's. They got just 22 points on the board. Second free throw missed, and UNC collects the defensive rebound with Jalen Withers. Down by 12 right now for North Carolina. They just cannot play defense. Ole Miss is shooting red hot from the floor. Cadeau finds on the outside. Number 9 for UNC, Drake Powell, missed the runner. Going up, though, got fouled. We get a bunch of fouls here. It's now number 7 charged to Ole Miss this half. Ole Miss is red hot. 11 for 15, 73% from the floor. They go deep. They're constantly like transitioning bodies left and right in there. They're throwing multiple bodies at North Carolina. UNC is going to make these free throws. They're rough today at the free throw line. That first free throw missed. Second one, no good. Left it short. They go empty at the free throw line. That ain't going to win the game there. He had a chance to at least draw a win in 10 and couldn't make either free throw. This goes back to a week ago, ACC tournament semis, where they had that lane violation. They're making just a bunch of just poor mistakes here. And North Carolina is reverting right back to their old habits. Like, this is a bad start for UNC. 7 fouls by Ole Miss, 5 by UNC. Inbound for Ole Miss. Padula rises for the jumper. Deep 2, connects on it. They got tough shot makers on their team left and right. North Carolina in trouble. 14-point game currently. R.J. Davis. Edge of the midcourt logo. Davis. Slides it over to the right to Powell. Davis, dribble, drive, penetrates the defense, no good, missed off the mark, batted around. UNC comes up with an offensive rebound. And Davis, up fake, takes the 3, no good. Off the back heel, the rebound collected by Ole Miss. They get guys just swarming all over the floor here. Mississippi, 14-point lead with possession for the Rebels. Sean Padula on top to Brakefield. Back to Padula, swings it over to the top of the key. Here goes Brakefield as he attacks the paint, no good. Missed the layup, sliced defenders though as he went up and got fouled. Wow, everything is going their way so far. 2 free throws awaiting for Mississippi. Chris Beard, low-key. He's an excellent head coach. Like, these guys came really well prepared to play this game today. First free throw is good. This is a team that hadn't won a tournament game since 10 years ago. It's bringing this program back to the national spotlight right now. Second free throw is good. 35-19. Yeah, this is just a really smart game played by Ole Miss. Like, you got bodies flying in and around, and North Carolina seeing double, like Kevin Durant in the Celtics when the Celtics swept Brooklyn a couple playoffs ago. That is Davis who scored a layup. 35-21. So we're under 6 minutes left to go before halftime. Push pass out to the wing. Ole Miss steps into a 3 off the back of no good. Withers to collect a defensive rebound as North Carolina pushes tempo, and they're out of control of the basketball. They get it stripped off the top of the backboard. Turnover committed by Ian Jackson. Matthew Morrell, handoff to Padola. Padola will slow it down. This game is out in full control right now for Ole Miss. North Carolina cannot save themselves by getting a defensive stop, as here's a cutter to the hoop, and the layup goes, plus the foul. That was a nice backdoor cutter. Jalen Murray at and one. Well, these guys got good body control. You remember that South Carolina team from 2017 made a run to the Final Four? This team's a dark horse right here. Absolute dark horse team. Free throw's good. 38-21. North Carolina going to try number 5 now on the floor. First time today with Cade Tyson. He averages 2 points per game. Nothing going on with North Carolina. 17-point lead for Ole Miss. Elliot Cadeau stuck at the top. Got to move it off someplace. He does. Witters. Offensive foul. Lowers the boom right into an Ole Miss defender who takes the charge. This game is all Ole Miss. Yeah, this is embarrassing right now. North Carolina not showing up. This is really embarrassing. Sean Padola, he knows North Carolina and the ACC really well. Seth Trimble, Isaiah Jackson, Van Allen Lubin, all with 2 personal fouls each, as Ole Miss tees up a 3, missed off the mark, tipped over to UNC with a defensive rebound. It's Cadeau. Cadeau out to the corner to Cade Tyson. Doesn't play many minutes. Cadeau at the elbow. Cadeau, step back deep too. Cadeau missed it off the rim, no good. Padola collects the defensive rebound. 38-21, and Ole Miss just turned it over. RJ Davis, dribble, drive, right on Padola to the cup, and he scores up and in with a left-hand layup. 15-point game right now. Ole Miss indeed coming to play today as we approach 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Both teams in a bonus as well. Mississippi with possession. Padola wide open 3. Splash! The defense is horrific for UNC. Doubling the guy in the paint. Sean Padola, an excellent 3-point shooter. That is way too easy. 7 for 10 from 3 for Ole Miss. Cadeau finds Davis. Davis launches the jumper off the back rim, no good. A rebound controlled by Jamin Brakefield. This team has got 10 seniors on the roster. Ole Miss, a gigantic sleeper in this tournament. Up by 18. Jamin Brakefield at the top. Brakefield, 12 in the shot clock. Handoff Padola. Padola launches the 3. Padola, no good off the mark. UNC with a defensive rebound. Drake Powell, they'll look to push it here. RJ Davis in transition and bumped into and fouled. Ole Miss frustrated. Number 7, Davon Barnes, the one who picked up the reach and foul. And yeah, that call, not happy about that. That'll give UNC free throws coming up at the bonus, but this is going to take us under 4 minutes left before half. 3:03 left to go as we reach another immediate timeout. Yeah, North Carolina's seeing double right now. They're having a terrible game. They're jacking up tough shots, missing shots from the perimeter. Ole Miss looking like they're just the faster team out there. What's good, Gerald Mateo? Welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe as we go to the timeout here. Vanderbilt up against St. Mary's. 34-27 Duke. Wow, this game's not even close to being done yet. 76-41 Duke. There's still 8 minutes left. And Maryland and Grand Canyon already tipped off. Nobody has scored. That game scoreless at 0 in the first 2+ minutes. So it looks like right now, 0.0188% perfect brackets remain. That's after the Colorado State win over Memphis. Man, if they were sent to just the plain old 11 game and not the play-in game, man, the comments on this for North Carolina will be brutal. That this team is nowhere close to the tournament. Absolutely brutal. Terrible start here today for UNC. Like, we be saying right now that this team certainly does not belong. It should be, like, below the video. There's, like, a subscribe. It says subscribe. So something that says subscribe, it's usually, like, below the video in the description. Missed free throw by North Carolina, quarter 3. Off the mark, no good by Ole Miss. They collect the offensive rebound, though. Sean Padola will slow it down, set it up. 18-point lead for Mississippi. Padola drives on the Witters inside the paint. Circles around Padola. No good. Missed the layup. Rebound collected by Drake Powell. North Carolina looking for some signs of life coming back from out of the timeout huddle. At the low block, Witters guarded by Padola. Mismatch. He's much taller than him, and Witters couldn't score. He was looking for a foul. Couldn't get it. Referees officiating this game fairly. Right now, big school North Carolina not getting all the whistles. Sean Padola off to Jamin Brakefield. On top, number 8, Eduardo Klafke on the floor. First time in this game. Runner downhill, missed off the mark by Jalen Murray. Murray able to save it, out-hustling everybody on the floor. It goes off the fingertips of North Carolina's Cade Tyson. It will stay Ole Miss ball. Oh, this is rough. Yikes. Really, really rough right now for North Carolina. You got players in the floor that's barely played this season. They're just getting out-manhandled by just a much faster Ole Miss team that wants it more. And North Carolina playing really lazy. Ole Miss playing with a chip on their shoulder right now, searching for their first tournament win in a decade. Missed shot, no good off the glass. This is a blue-collar basketball team that's doing a really good job so far for Ole Miss. Far side corner, Cade Tyson. Tyson at the corner. Chris Beard looking for his defense to tighten it up. They are. They forced a double-team jumper at the elbow. UNC swooshes down to 2, though. 41-25. Final minute and a half left to go before halftime. Top of the key, Brakefield. Brakefield, a former Duke Blue Devil. Knows a lot about UNC in the past. Brakefield at the top. Brakefield, spin cycle. Brakefield stumbled, tripped up, and he gets fouled. So we'll have free throws here to bonus for Jamin Brakefield. That's on Jalen Washington who tripped him up. They're trying to throw out bodies here for UNC, but these guys haven't had much playing time this year. It's another guy who hasn't played that often. So Breakfield's going to have free throws coming up. Ole Miss in the 1-on-1 bonus. And he hits the first one. Second shot, no good off the back rim, tipped up, right back over to Breakfield for the offensive rebound. Ole Miss just simply out hustling UNC in this game. Final minute left to go before halftime. Jalen Murray, 6 in the timer. Murray at the elbow, bounce pass to Padula in the corner. Padula, step back three, contested in the air, no good off the rim, and North Carolina hauls in the defensive rebound. Jalen Washington got the board. RJ Davis going to bring it up the floor. 40 seconds left to go. Elliot Cadeau. Outside finds Kade Tyson. No good. Missed the three. Tipped over to the Rebels. And a loose ball foul charged to Carolina here. Yikes. Jalen Washington over the back, and they're over the limit. And this is double bonus. This is 2 free throws. Matthew Morrell, 151st career game. That's the most ever in school history, a fifth-year senior. And he is at the free throw line. 17-point lead for Ole Miss. Grand Canyon is beating Maryland 5-2. First free throw is good. Man, this is not even a contest right now. 28 seconds left. It looks like we're going to have a timeout taken on the floor. So they'll split the free throws in half. We'll have a timeout coming up. And then we'll get back into action. UNC was a 1.5-point favorite in this game. UNC is a complete no-show. Just an absolute masterclass in this game. Ole Miss, very well prepared, played a tough in-conference competition for their team this year. North Carolina couldn't beat any of those teams besides UCLA in the non-conference slate. They just simply did not come ready to play today. It's just been a roller coaster with what they've done in previous tournaments for them. An 8 seed made it to the national championship game. They missed the tournament in 2023. They were the preseason #1 team that year. As the second free throw is good by Matthew Morrell, 19-point lead. Last year they went to the Sweet 16. 44-25. 15 seconds left before half. North Carolina with the ball, 8 seconds left. A lot of dribbling at the top. Going to attempt the final shot to close out the half. And Elliot Cadeau goes up, gets fouled, attacking the paint. So 4 seconds remaining. He'll shoot free throws. Two shots here by Cadeau. Nothing by Cadeau, 0 for 5. RJ Davis has 10 points. Everybody else cannot score. First free throw is missed. This is a score to Duke and Mount St. Mary's, 84-43. Vanderbilt leads St. Mary's, 39-27. Grand Canyon up against Maryland, 7-4. Maryland with 4 points in the first 6 minutes. North Carolina scored 1 out of 2 that trip at the free throw line. And Ole Miss took the 3, came up short. We go to halftime. 44-26, absolute masterclass. An opening half there for Mississippi. Right now, North Carolina looking like a team that definitely should not belong in the tournament for them. Not a good game for UNC so far. Well, this is just really disappointing. I thought that they make something out of this for UNC. They had a bunch of momentum going their way, and goodness. My goodness. I'm curious to see how long the head coach is going to stay for UNC for Hubert Davis. They were really lucky to get into this tournament. Next year could be a telling year for him. It's very odd. Like, make the national championship game as a number 8 seed, miss the tournament entirely as the preseason number 1, go to the Sweet 16, have the luck to be the last team in the bracket for this year. Man, it's been a roller coaster 4 seasons under Hubert Davis so far. 5th year is going to be a telling one. You're going to arise from the dead right now, or it's... I mean, this is a complete no-show out of them. Looked like they really got things going last game. They had, according to Batarvik, for the efficiency charts that get put up on that website, ranked as top 15 best efficiency team on Bartorvik.com since the last 30 days. Grand Canyon leads Maryland 7-4. Maryland's only scored 4 points in the first 7 minutes. Grand Canyon's got some tough dudes. These guys beat St. Mary's last year in the first rounds. Grand Canyon's making everything so tough for Maryland. It's kind of funny, some of the games that people are saying that, yeah, this is the easiest pick. Maryland over Grand Canyon, not looking so easy right now. 7-6 as Maryland just scored. Duke is shredding Mount St. Mary's. That game's not even close. 84-46. St. Mary's Vanderbilt, good game over here. Vandy leads 39-31. I'm hoping to be live for Oklahoma against UConn later tonight. I took St. Mary's in this one. St. Mary's is down by 8 right now. St. Mary's is down by 6. They just scored. Mitchell sacks it off a putback. So St. Mary's got some signs of life with them. This Vanderbilt team's pretty small. St. Mary's defends really well. Mitchell Saxon just picked up the shooting foul. Duke's up now 91-46. And now Maryland's starting to get going. 11-7 Maryland. St. Mary's got nothing from the bench. St. Mary's just drilled a 3, 40-36. And Vandy on the other side able to lay it up and in. So, yeah, right now we're just at halftime currently. Looking around some of the scores here currently with games. I got St. John's in that one. Yeah, it's kind of like a home game for St. John's. They're playing like 2.5 hours away. Though, man, Coach Cal, big win over Kansas yesterday. Kansas now, that's 3 years in a row. So they won the tournament in 2022, and now they've missed the second weekend 3 straight years in a row. Usually when a team loses the first time to the other team, you usually think about redemption the second time around. And Kansas 2 years ago, after they won the championship, the 2023 tournament, they got knocked out by Arkansas, the 8 seed in the 8-1 matchup. And Kansas blew the game wide open yesterday. That's how Hunter Dickinson's career finishes off, with a loss in the first round of the tournament. 93-49. Duke's about to beat Mount St. Mary's. This game was not close. These are the lines for tomorrow's games. Purdue is a 5.5-point favorite against McNeese. St. John's is a 6.5-point favorite against Arkansas. I like the under 143.5 in that game. Both of those teams are really just good defensive teams. That should be a physical game. So I like the under tomorrow for that one. Texas A&M, a 2.5-point favorite against Michigan. Michigan got a lot of good calls that benefited them. And the head coach, Dusty May, knew that. You could tell that he knew that there were a lot of calls that the officials gave Michigan last night that won them the game. Maryland now leads against Grand Canyon 15-10. So Grand Canyon on a lengthy scoring drought. Maryland, so that is Grand Canyon who just scored 15-12 as Grand Canyon just scored a bucket. Duke just won the final. Duke smashed Mount St. Mary's 93-49. Tomorrow, Texas Tech is a 6.5-point favorite against Drake. Missouri Valley, Big 12. It's happened before. Ally for Rokeman-ish. Northern Iowa upset Kansas last decade. Creighton Auburn. Auburn's a 9.5-point favorite. That's quite large. That is quite a large favor. I'd consider taking Creighton in the points for tomorrow's game. I don't think that's going to be an easy game for Auburn. For them, Creighton, I feel like, is going to give Auburn a run for its money tomorrow. Wisconsin, a 1.5-point favorite against BYU. Houston, 5.5-point favorite against Gonzaga. And then Tennessee, a 4.5-point favorite against UCLA. Wow. Only 4.5. I'm kind of shocked to see that line because I thought it would be at 7.5. (42-40). Vanderbilt only up by 2. St. Mary's looking to make a comeback in this game. Oh, St. Mary's is contesting everything right now. An air ball was just shot by Vandy. St. Mary's is outscoring Vandy 13-3. That was when Marshallonis went to the bench. Marshallonis is the best player on the team. St. Mary's can't make their shots. That would have tied it there. A jumper in the paint that they couldn't make. They're just a really good defensive unit, though, for St. Mary's. This is a fun matchup, Vandy and St. Mary's. This was one I had a lot of trouble trying to pick, but I lean towards St. Mary's. Just 6 losses for them this year, having a really good season. I saw back in the non-conference schedule, they smashed the USC. The score of that game was 71-36. That's really impressive. Anytime you're going up against a team that has like 5 stars like USC, and you allow 36 points. Man, St. Mary's can't make shots, though. Missed the 3 there from the corner. And Vandy has a 2-on-1 off fast break transition. St. Mary's batted out of bounds. Is going to stay Vandy ball. Maryland up against Grand Canyon, 20-12. Yeah, I'm stunned that UNC just was a complete no-show this first half. We haven't really seen any comebacks. It's just been Colorado State. That's it. It's the only team that's really just been down at halftime that's come back and won the game. Yeah, no problem. Vandy up by 3. They just buried the first free throw. Yeah, this game, not really good for UNC. If they were just a plain old 11, everybody right now, we'd be talking about UNC should not be in this tournament. Like, they're lucky that they got that playing game and they smashed San Diego State. St. Mary's just buried a 3. They've tied it up. 43-43, 8 minutes left. Winner of St. Mary's Vanderbilt will take on Alabama in the second round. Alabama had some issues with Robert Morris today. Yeah, SEC hasn't looked too good. Yeah, I think it was overhyped. Like they started off really well in non-conference games, but I mean, it's just kind of been overhyped. Jason with a dono, you the legend, brother. Let's get that dono hype out for my man Jason here. Yeah, 14 bids was way too much. And still, this game, Ole Miss and UNC isn't over. Not looking so hot right now for UNC. But there's other teams that still have to wait to play, too, which it might hurt the case for the SEC even more. Oklahoma against UConn tonight. Vandy is in a tie game right now against St. Mary's. They've blown a lead. They were up by 11 at one point for Vandy. Mizzou's out of the bracket. Georgia got smashed. Mississippi State's out. Texas got bounced out of the first four. Yeah, that's why I was watching a video. Before you fill out your bracket, don't take every single team from this conference just because they play in what was considered by the media as the toughest conference, because that doesn't work. It's all about matchups. Also, like, how prepared are you for the game? That's another key. You have to come in prepared. You just can't. You can't just not look at film and know what you're doing. That Drake team, I have to say, was really prepared for Mizzou yesterday. I saw something that Drake had. They had to build a basketball court in their hotel, and they were prepping for Mizzou. Going through plays and stuff. They were prepping for Mizzou in a conference room in their hotel. They had drawn out lines with tape on the conference room floor. I mean, that's a clever way to do it there. So instead of just going to like the court when it's your own court time for shoot around and going through the matchups and stuff like that, those players from Drake, like, they were locked in. They were dialed in. They've been locked in March, and they've been hungry to await their opponent, and it showed yesterday, beating Mizzou. Just stifle Mizzou. Those are a lot of guys that are playing Division I basketball for the first time. That's a team that's built off of D2 transfers. And what they did, they knocked off a Power 5 SEC school in what was the best conference projected by the media coming into the tournament. That's impressive. Like, the chemistry is a big part about it in the tournament. Yeah, one of the local high school teams just won the state tournament from Mass, the town that's one of the towns that borders my town. They won the state tournament. They beat the two-time defending champions by 21 points in the state championship game last week. It was the first ever win in 72 years in school history for their high school. And a big reason why they credited the win was because those guys have been playing basketball since they were like 5-6 years old together. And it's tougher to do when you're a two-town school district. So it's a two-town school district that they were a part of. So they played basketball all through like the 8th grade together. And then once you get into high school, 9 through 12, you add in the other town into the mix. So it's different guys that you hadn't played before. But a lot of those players have been playing since freshman year. And they were on varsity since freshman year. And they won together as seniors this year. So second half about to begin in a couple moments from now. Hopefully we'll get something better out of UNC to make this a competitive game. This has been nowhere close to being competitive. This UNC team looking like they're the team that we all thought they were before the bracket. The team that shouldn't have been part of this field. Oh man, the comments that would be coming in right now if this team got just a plain old 11 seed. Oh man. The comments would be trashing this UNC team if they were just strictly a plain old 11. Luckily for them, they get the playing game and won something, and they won it by a lot. But still, this looks like the team that didn't belong in the bracket to begin with. You got the second half to change that, though. Yep, terrible, terrible. Gone, baby, gone. Welcome in. UNC is going to be gone real soon if they keep this up. Ole Miss is shooting red hot from the floor. 52% right now as a team. They started off making their first 10 out of 14 shots. They started 70% from 3. They're 7 for 13 from 3. They started 7 for 10 from 3. Dre Davis, a season high, 3 for 3 from 3. These are a lot of guys in Ole Miss that know North Carolina really well. Former ACC transfers on this team. Sean Padola, former Virginia Tech Hokie. Jamin Brakefield, former Duke Blue Devil. And then Dre Davis used to play for Louisville. They got some guys that have ties with the ACC, and they know about North Carolina. It's paying off right now with their game planning here for their opponent. Second largest tournament deficit at halftime in program history. They trailed by 19 at the half against Houston back in 1967 for North Carolina. Ole Miss with possession. Morrell. Bounce pass off to Malik Dia. Dia at the baseline. Dia backs his way, low block. Turnaround jumper contested. No good. And the putback is there. Scrappy going up for the offensive rebound for 2. It's a 20-point lead for Ole Miss. North Carolina, not hustling, not fighting, not battling enough. Dre Davis, 6 for 6 from the floor, 15 points. Lob down low. They could not convert on a 3-point potential play. Jalen Withers unable to finish it as he had position behind the defense, soared up to the rim. Got fouled, but not enough body control on that. This was on the floor as well, so not on the shot. So this will be an inbound for UNC. Inbound, and that's a terrible inbound. Oh, that's a big ew. Sean Padola, easy layup as it got passed to the wrong player. 48-26. That is the biggest of big ews for North Carolina. An absolutely disgraceful possession, butchering the inbounds. Davis, kick. Corner, 3, Trimble, no good around the rim and out. Rebound control by Ole Miss. Rebels with possession. Matthew Morrell, top of the key. He hands it over to Murray. Murray, bounce pass over to Morrell. Morrell at the left wing, handoff around the perimeter. This ball is deflected, batted towards the far side of the floor. Rolls out of bounds, is off in North Carolina. This is horrific basketball by North Carolina. This may be a fireable offense for the head coach, too. This may be it for the head coach. Maryland leads Grand Canyon 33-13. St. Mary's is up against Vanderbilt 53-50. Ole Miss with the ball. Jalen Murray at the top of the key. Murray dribbles up, free toe circle, 2 in the timer. Murray sneaks around. Murray off the back rim, no good. Tipped off the glass, and the rebound controlled by North Carolina as they go on the run out here. UNC is going to slow it down. Yeah, numbers in transition. What in the world are you doing slowing down the basketball? Ball fake. Davis outside to the top. A lot of dribbling, and they score. Seth Trimble with a layup. 20-point game. Matthew Morrell crossing midcourt. Able to slow down possession, make it their own right now for Mississippi. Dre Davis. Outside to Padola. Padola, pocket pass. His teammate rolls. That's too easy. Jamin Brakefield up and through for the basket. What a blowout. What a blowout here. R.J. Davis off to the middle to Drake Powell. Finds his teammate down low who scores with Van Allen Lubin up in and off the backboard. St. Mary's Vandy, really good game there. 53-50 St. Mary's with 4:23 left. St. Mary's double-digit deficit now up by 3 as Ole Miss is way off on the 3. North Carolina, chance here to cut it. All right, now set to Trimble. They keep on slowing down the ball. You got to attack. He stumbles off the dribble, and that's a travel. Oh, my gosh. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. Like, come on. This is Duke's rival. Like, what is this? This is bad. This is the team that went 1-12 in quad 1 games. That's the team that showed to play today. Ole Miss with the ball. Padula, step back 3. No good off the back rim. Offensive rebound ripped away with one arm by Dre Davis. He has been the player of the game. Dre Davis, mid-range, no good. Smashed off the glass, tipped up to the backcourt. Offensive rebound for Ole Miss with a new 30 on the shot clock. Getting out-hustled in every way possible. Ole Miss with the ball. 10 seniors on the roster for Ole Miss. Low-key a sleeper team in this tournament. They got 6 guys averaging double figures. Ole Miss, one of the rare mistakes today as they pick up a travel violation. Man, this is ugly by North Carolina. RJ Davis, 10 points. 6 points by Van Allen Lubin. Everybody else with 5 below. Dre Davis, 15. Jamin Brakefield with 12. Padula's got 8. And 5 assists, 2 steals. 20-point game. North Carolina with it. Cadeau. Bounce pass to his right. Witters. Dribble. Drives. Attacks inside the paint. Witters goes down. Ooh. 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 Oh, goodness. He's down. He's down hard. This is not good. Yikes. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Ugh. Oh, sheet. Jalen Witters. Sheet. Oh, sheet. That's a Kevin Ware. Oh, sheet. That's a Kevin Ware. We're going to head to the timeout. Jalen Witters. Appears to have broken his right leg. Holy fook. That does not look good. Yeah, he's shaking his head right now on the bench. He had to get helped out off the court, sitting right now, being looked at by a trainer. He has to have somebody else attempt his free throws. Damn. Van Allen Lubin will attempt the free throws for Jalen Witters. Looks like a really bad lower ankle injury. Couldn't walk on. It's being evaluated right now on the bench. It looked terrible. First free throw is good for UNC. Second shot is good. 50-32. Ole Miss gets the inbound in their backcourt. UNC, for the first time in this game, doing pressure defense. They got 3 guys here pressuring the ball handler in the backcourt. Ole Miss able to cross that, though. Ole Miss down low with position, and they score rather easily, plus the foul. 20-point game again. That's the big fella Malik Dia who powered his way inside. Under 16 minutes left to go as we reach a media timeout here. This one is not close. Yeah, really unfortunate game on in North Carolina today. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. This Ole Miss team, looking like they could be a dangerous team in the bracket coming up. St. Mary's Vanderbilt, just going to do a quick check on this game. Maryland leads Grand Canyon 39-22. St. Mary's up by 3, 53-50 with under 3 minutes left. Winner of this one going to take on Iowa State, the 3 seed in the next rounds. Yeah, that was a terrible injury. I remember I was that my junior year. Yeah, that was my junior year of high school when that happened. 2013. And then he came back, he played for Georgia State, and then Georgia State a couple years later upset Baylor in the first round, and he was a part of that team. Yeah, that looked pretty bad for Jalen Withers. Lower ankle injury. I'm going to see if there's like any updates or anything. Yep. This is not a typo. North Carolina has been stuck to 32 points in this game. And Jalen Withers, yeah, it's a pretty severe injury. He cannot put any weight on one of his legs. It looks like a broken ankle for Jalen Withers. Yeah, he cannot walk on his own power. So things have got from bad to even worse for UNC, and the free throw is good by Ole Miss. 53-32. This North Carolina team looking like the team that looks like a 1-12 team against quad 1 opponents today. Lob down low with position, and they score off the 2 and a flush by Van Allen Lubin. There's something being shown by UNC. Ole Miss with possession here. 15.5 left to go. Jalen Murray off to Padola at the left wing. On top finds Malik Dio. Bobble pass broken up. Intercepted by North Carolina out to the races. And a huge deflection from behind by Ole Miss as it sails out of bounds. Man, these guys never quit on the play. Blue collar, hard-nosed team. Playing tough there, out in transition, never quit. Malik Dia, the big fella, running down the ball handler, able to track him down on fast break and swatted it like a volleyball swat out of bounds. North Carolina gets the inbound. Van Lubin at the rim scores with a right-hand finger roll. Back-to-back buckets for Van Allen Lubin. 17-point game here with 15 minutes left. North Carolina finally showing up, start to show something here. Last 2 possessions. Van Allen Lubin with 12. Jalen Murray moves on top to Malik Dia. Dia off the ball fake, attacks the paint. Dia, and he goes up, gets fouled. 2 shots coming up by Malik Dia for Ole Miss. I'll be live later tonight, Oklahoma, UConn. If you'd like to come on in, feel free to do so. St. Mary's leads Vandy 56-53. Minute 15 left to go in that game. First free throw was missed by Ole Miss, so opens up the door here a little bit for UNC. Getting some good minutes in the last 2 minutes out of Van Allen Lubin. He heads towards the bench, though. He's in deep foul trouble with 4 personal fouls. Second shot for Dia. Dia makes the second one. 18-point lead. UNC crosses midcourt. Set to Trimble at the top. Dribble, drives, attacks inside the paint. Trimble goes up, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up, as that'll be charged to Malik Dia. This looks like a completely different Carolina team coming out of the last timeout huddle. St. Mary's leads Vandy 58-56, 45 seconds left. I just put it into a quad box on my TV screen. So we got free throws coming up. First one's good for UNC. St. Mary's, Vandy, 35 seconds left. St. Mary's with the ball. 3 in the timer for St. Mary's. And they missed the runner. They get the offensive rebound against a very undersized Vanderbilt team, ranking bottom 10 in the country in defensive rebounds. And St. Mary's got fouled with 27.7 seconds left to go. In this game, both of the free throws were good by UNC. 16-point game. UNC is showing signs of life. Ole Miss with possession. Top of the key. Sean Padula. Guarded by Trimble. Padula at the top. 8 on the timer. Padula takes it to the elbow. Padula rises for the jumper. He swooshes it. It's a deep 2J for Ole Miss. St. Mary's cracking under pressure. Couldn't bury the first free throw. North Carolina at the top. Cadeau, push pass over to a Trimble. Left baseline dribble. Trimble, got it to go. Plus the foul. 16-point game. Chance to crack within 15 with a free throw coming up. St. Mary's at the line in their game. 27.7 seconds left. St. Mary's missed the first one, and they rattled in the second one. So it's St. Mary's up by 3. 59-56 in their game. St. Mary's Vandy goes on to a timeout. It will be Vandy possession with 27.7 seconds left, so I'll keep you guys updated there. But here we get set to Trimble with an and one for North Carolina. And the free throw is good. UNC with some signs of life right now. 15-point game all of a sudden. Mississippi with the basketball. 3 players scoring in double figures. Jalen Murray at the top. Lobs it over to Jamin Brakefield. Brakefield, former Duke Blue Devil. Brakefield. Handoff Padula around the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Sean Padula, former VT Hokie. Padula at the right baseline. Padula circles around. Skip pass out to the wing. Dre Davis. His 3 came out well short. And North Carolina with a possession here. Up the floor. Set Trimble. A chance to cut this lead. 56-41. Still a lot of time left to go. Trimble. Top of the key still. Dribbles up. Spin cycle inside the key. Outside finds Cadeau. Cadeau. 14 on the shot clock. Plenty of time here for UNC. Cadeau at the elbow. Cadeau. Bounce pass. Low block. UNC powers their way right-handed. Baby hook. It's good by Jalen Washington. We got a game right now. 56-43. North Carolina starting to awake themselves up here. Ole Miss in the scoring drought. Anybody's game here, Carly, if UNC can put together much more stops. Dre Davis, outside to Padula. Padula at the right corner. He is stuck. This looks like a completely different Carolina team last couple minutes. Padula, good. And one by Sean Padula. Big bucket for Mississippi. As there'll be a free throw coming up. St. Mary's Vanderbilt back to action. 17 seconds left. Vandy gonna need a 3 to tie. Vandy misses the 3. St. Mary's battle for the rebound. Bodies hit the deck. Human dominoes. Vandy with the offensive rebound. Vandy gonna need a 3. Vandy for the tie. Vandy no good off the mark. It's over. St. Mary's College of California from the WCC. West Coast Conference stuns the SEC. 59-56 for the St. Mary's College of California Gales. .16-point game as we come back to action here. This is what March Madness is all about. SMC back to the second round. $59-43 here. 16-point game. Ole Miss with possession. Padola, shake and bake at the elbow. Sends it out to the right wing over to Morrell. Morrell moves it on top to Brakefield. Brakefield slides it off to Padola. 8 on the shot clock. 12 minutes left to go. Padola gets around the ball screen. Attacks the paint. Lost the handle. Turnover. North Carolina out of the races. Numbers. 2-on-1 up in transition. And they score up and it off the backboard. Seth Trimble. It's a 14-point game. UNC chipping away right now. Still a lot of time left to go in this one. Ole Miss with possession. Gonna slow it down. Sean Padola at the top. Crossover behind his back. Right past Trimble. Padola at the cup. And missed the layup, though. He was met by number 13, Jalen Washington, before the shot attempt. So that's a foul. Charge to Washington. Third as a team for UNC. 5 personal fouls charged to Ole Miss. We're under 12 minutes. We're going to take the media break right now. 11:35 left to go in the second half as we head over to another media timeout. And this game right now is getting interesting. North Carolina playing like a completely different team out here on the floor. If you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. St. Mary's just picked off Vanderbilt. So another team is one and done out of the SEC. St. Mary's wins 59-56. Maryland up at the half over Grand Canyon 42-28. This looks like a completely rejuvenated North Carolina squad right now. Still a lot of time left to go. 11:35 left. Yeah, I would say, based on the make of their team, they got 10 seniors on Ole Miss. I would say that too, Vegas, that no way they would choke this up, but stranger things have happened. How about Clemson yesterday, scoring 13 in the first half, and then they tried to cram and race back, and they scored over 50 and lost. Oh, wow. Yo, wow. So, this is going out on Twitter right now. A lot of people tweeting out within the last half an hour. Ryan Odom, isn't this interesting? Ryan Odom was the first ever head coach to lead a 16-1. That was UMBC over Virginia. And Ryan Odom agrees to the head coaching job to replace Tony Bennett to be the new head coach at Virginia. So Ryan Odom, the VCU coach, is heading to Virginia, the team that he beat when he was at UMBC as head coach. But yeah, that is well deserved for him. VCU has been just the top contending team every single year to A10. They get a really tough matchup. They get the short end of the stick this year in the bracket. That was a tough game against BYU that they got put up against. $59-45. This is Carolina possession, and UNC is down by 14. They've made this game interesting. Down by 20 plus at one point, and now down by 14. Still a lot of time left to go, under 11:30 remaining. RJ Davis fires a three, missed off the rim short. Rebound collected by Miss. Sean Padola Attacking the paint. His shot's well off the mark. That was short. Great contest there by UNC as UNC will look to push it up the floor with number 9 in transition. Couldn't score. Offensive rebound. Putback chance. No good. A third chance going up. Good and blocked. Tough defense by Mississippi. Drake Powell. 3 chances at the rim. Couldn't get any of them to drop. And an offensive foul picked up. Charge to Ole Miss. Human dominoes hitting the deck. Number 7, Davon Barnes slams right into a UNC player on the floor, and he takes down Elliot Cadeau. Bodies on top of bodies flying all over the hardwood here. Holy smokes. Davon Barnes with the offensive foul as he heads over towards the bench. That's his 4th. So Davon Barnes picks up personal foul number 4 for Ole Miss. They're in some really deep foul trouble. This game is far from over. 4 personal fouls by Davon Barnes, 3 each by Malik Dia and Matthew Morrell. 2 personal fouls by Dre Davis and Jalen Murray. This was 52-32. At one point, largest lead was Ole Miss by 22. It's a 14-point game with a chance for UNC to strike here. North Carolina with possession. RJ Davis looking to see if he can get going. RJ dribbles up to the elbow. RJ back out to the wing. Moves on top over to Cadeau. Cadeau pushes out to the corner. A corner 3 for UNC. They got it. Drake Powell. Bang, bang from downtown. It's an 11-point game. Here we go. A lot of time left remaining. 59-48. That's only the 4th made 3 of the game for UNC. Ole Miss 7 for 16 from the perimeter. They started off 7 for 10. Yet to make a 3 in a single second half. Rebels have it at the corner. Matthew Morrell dribbles up inside the key. Puts up a shot. Bounced off the rim 4 times. Found his way in. Wow. How about the luck of that bounce? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and finally able to drop into the netting. Timeout by Ole Miss. 10:01 left to play. Matthew Morrell, a leaner inside the key. 3, 4. Bounced off 5 times off the rim. Great to see that we're finally making something out of this game today. This was nowhere close at one point. A 22-point lead. Down to 13. 15 points for Dre Davis. 13 by Sean Padola. 12 by Jamin Brakefield. North Carolina led by Van Allen Lubin with 12. 10 by RJ Davis. 9 off the bench for Seth Trimble. 6 by Drake Powell. Maryland leads Grand Canyon 42-28 at halftime. I'll be back later tonight covering Oklahoma UConn at 9:25. So if you'd like to come on back for that, feel free to do so. Got a lot more people pouring in as well. If you're new on the stream, enjoy the content, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball action, play-by-play. College hoops, also NBA streams as well. Tomorrow I'm probably going to cover just one stream. I'm out during the afternoon tomorrow for most of the afternoon, but I should be back at night, and I'm hoping to cover Houston against Gonzaga tomorrow. One of my good friends, John from Off the Wall Hockey, he might be joining me tomorrow to be a part of tomorrow night's stream. Hey, what's good, Jimmy? Welcome in. Thanks for joining back in. Here's the games that's going to be played later tonight. Norfolk State takes on Florida at 6:50. Troy will take on Kentucky at 7:10. New Mexico and Marquette tip off at 7:25. Akron, Arizona. I really like the over in that game. 7:35 tonight. And then Oklahoma, UConn, 9:25. Xavier, Illinois, 9:45. Bryant will face Michigan State at 10. Liberty, UConn at 10:10. Here's my top 5 picks for the late night window for tonight. This is what I got for later tonight here. So these are my top 5 picks for later tonight that I like. So I'll be back live covering Oklahoma against UConn later tonight at 9:25. I like Marquette to cover the spread against New Mexico. First two teams out of the bracket, San Diego State and Utah State, they were lackluster out of the Mountain West. Colorado State did pick up a win over Memphis, but I don't really trust the Mountain West in this tournament still. So I do like Marquette to cover that spread. Akron, Arizona, that's going to be a shootout, I feel like. So I get the over. That's a bunch of points already. 166.5. I'm looking at a 90 to 80 type score of that one. Oklahoma to cover the spread. Played a bunch of close games this season for the Sooners. And then Oklahoma, UConn going over to 147. Bryant, I'm going to say that they're going to hang in against Michigan State. Bryant ranks top 10 in the country in pace of possession this season for pace of play. North Carolina hoisted up a 3. They missed off the rim short. And Ole Miss collected a defensive rebound. The Rebels up by 13 with possession. 7 for 16 from 3. North Carolina's 4 for 16. North Carolina made 14 threes in the first 4 matchup against San Diego State. Morrell at the corner. Dribbles up to the mid-block. Morrell rises for the jumper. Spun around the rim and out. And the rebound controlled by UNC. North Carolina still in this game right now. Down by 13. Trimble. Pocket pass. Down low. Couldn't convert. It's a turnover. That's a killer. Right back it goes to Ole Miss. Ole Miss going to hold it. They're going to slow it down. Jalen Murray approaching the 9-minute mark left to go. This has been a defensive second quarter. And away from the ball, it's a foul. Charge to the Tar Heels. So Ole Miss will get the inbound coming up underneath their hoop. Gets sent out to the left corner off the inbounds. Left baseline dribble for the Rebels, and it goes around the rim and in for 2. 63-48 Ole Miss. UNC down by 15. Gotta go if you're the Tar Heels. Davis off to his teammate. Jumper is good at the right block for North Carolina. All right, got some scoring here recently. That is Jalen Washington, who just scored off the baseline, Jay. Eduardo Klafke, number 8 on the floor. Matthew Morrell turns the corner. Huge rejection by Washington. Here goes UNC with it. Up the floor, Trimble. Trimble going to slow it down. Trimble sends it across the court off to Cadeau. Cadeau at the top of the key. Push pass. Trimble. Corner 3. It is up and it is no good. Skipped around the rim and out. The rebound tipped up to Eduardo Klafke. Ole Miss by 13. Trimble would have got this score winning 10. Morrell. Guarded by Drake Powell. Slides it off to his left to Malik Dia. Now Padula. On top with Matthew Morrell. That's Klafke, actually, number 8, who's on the floor. In place of Padula. Skip pass, left corner. Klafke, corner 3. That's way off the mark, no good. And it gets over to Cadeau for the board. Here goes Davis, pushing tempo. Davis blocked out of bounds. It'll stay North Carolina possession. Yeah, I'm hoping that this game can get much closer. I love covering close games. Unfortunately, North Carolina has been stuck down by double digits this entire game. 7:36 left to go, 63-50 as we head under the 8 media timeout. Yeah, great defense today by Ole Miss. 40% shooting for North Carolina and just 4 for 17 from 3. They get them scouted out really well. Winner of this game will take on Iowa State in round 2. Got a lot of people pouring in. Yeah, if you guys are new, keep on smashing it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. 130 plus right now watching. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in and being a part on the channel. And this is my second stream out of 3 today. I'll be back live later tonight covering Oklahoma UConn. So if you'd like to come on board for that one, that's at 9:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to do so. Maryland up at the half against Grand Canyon, 42-28 right now, so a 14-point lead by Maryland. And St. Mary's pulled off a big win over Vandy. That was 59-56 St. Mary's. So St. Mary's advances, takes on Alabama in the second round. Yeah, this game is getting interesting right now. 63-50. It's just North Carolina can't shake it to a 10-point game. If you're able to get this to a 10-point game, then this game on. Credit out to the defense for Ole Miss. They've been just physically imposing on UNC today, just playing big boy basketball tonight. Inbound for North Carolina, 7.5 left to go. RJ Davis at the edge of the March Madness logo. Davis forced off the double team, gets the way over to Drake Powell. Powell jumper, baseline, tough shot. That's not even close. Sailed wide right of the rim, and Malik Dia came up with the ball. Winner will take on Iowa State. Runner for the Rebels, no good off the mark, and ripped away off the glass for UNC. They go on a full court outlay here. Jumper from 3, that is way off the mark. Washington offensive rebound as Davis missed the 3. Back outside of Powell, across the floor, wide open 3 by Cadeau. Got it. It's a 10-point game, 63-53. UNC hanging in, going to make things even more interesting if they can cut it to 8 or 7. Ole Miss will slow it down. Ole Miss in a scoring drought in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds plus. Jalen Murray, bounce pass on top, off to Malik Dia. Ole Miss stuck in mud with their offense. It's stolen away. North Carolina with a steal. Here they go. A 3-on-2 up the floor. Reverse hand layup. No good. Offensive rebound. They got another opportunity. They put it back and through. It's only an 8-point game right now. Drake Powell. North Carolina showing up. Ole Miss. Will they be selling and choking under pressure? We shall see. 7-zip run last 2.5 minutes for UNC. Padola at the elbow, outside to the top, Dia. Dia looking to hand it off. Back out to the perimeter, 10 on the shot clock. We're under 6 minutes left to go. We get a ball game here, folks, right now. Type in the chat who you like to win, North Carolina or Ole Miss. Deep range three from the parking lot, no good. On the 30-footer by Mississippi. Rebound, North Carolina. Outlet pass again. Ahead of the pack, R.J. Davis scores. Up and off the backboard. It is a 6-point game, a 2-possession game with a timeout taken on the floor by Chris Beard. Here comes UNC. Showing up here, signs of life. What a game. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Down by 22 and only down by 6 now. This is what March basketball is about. Racing, racing, racing all the way to the finish. North Carolina, a no-show in the opening half. Second half limiting Ole Miss to shoot 0 for 5 from three-point range after getting shredded to start this game. Ole Miss was red hot at 7 for 10 from 3, and North Carolina's found their recipe. Fast break transition offense. Type in the chat who you guys got to win this one. Tar Heels or Rebels? What a game. Down by 22. And now they've cut it down to 6. My clock is 10 seconds fast as well. We're down to 5:40 left. Still plenty of time right now. 9-zip run in the last 3 minutes for UNC. Ole Miss has been held scoreless for 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Stuck in mud for the Rebels. Sean Padola on the floor with Brakefield, Dre Davis, Matthew Morrell, and Davon Barnes. Sean Padola at the right wing. They're stuck in mud with their offense here. Top of the key with Jamin Brakefield, and it's an offensive foul. Ole Miss turns it over. Offensive foul away from the basketball. Goes back to UNC. An illegal screen here sets Sean Padola and Dre Davis sandwiched RJ Davis. And they get called in an offensive foul there. North Carolina down by 6. Chance to cut it to a one-possession game with a made 3. Pick and roll off the roll down. They throw it down with a right-handed flush. Jalen Washington showing up here at half number 2, baby. 4-point game. 5 minutes left to go. Don't change the dial. North Carolina on an 11-0 run right now. Ole Miss stuck in mud with their offense, and UNC picks up a reach and foul. Seth Trimble reaches in. 4:54 left. That's now the 4th as a team for UNC. Ole Miss has 7 as a team here in the second half for personal fouls. I'll be back live tonight covering UConn, Oklahoma. Feel free to join in for that game as well. George, John, Chris, welcome in the stream, everybody. Inbound here for Ole Miss. Sean Padola. Outside finds Jamin Brakefield. 10 in the shot clock. Brakefield. A lot of dribbling around the perimeter. Brakefield. Hand off to Davon Barnes. Back outside of Brakefield. He took a contested 3. Missed it off the rim. No good. Offensive rebound right back to Ole Miss, though. New 20 in the shot clock. Padola at the top. This team has gone scoreless for the past 4 minutes. Ole Miss, nothing going on from 3 this half. 0 for 6. And Padola had it stripped. Padola lost it. Padola turns it over. North Carolina with the ball. 4:20 left to go. Skip pass at the corner. Weaving his way baseline. It's Trimble. Trimble left it short. And a rebound back to Ole Miss with Matthew Morrell. What a game. Still plenty of time left to go. 4 minutes left. Davon Barnes, 4 personal fouls for Ole Miss. On the other side, Van Allen Lubin with 4 personal fouls for UNC. Sean Padola at the right wing. Slides it on top. Over to his teammate off the Euro step. Davon Barnes missed the layup. No good. Defensive rebound hauled in by UNC. Ole Miss also with 7 personal fouls. That was really close to being an 8th, which would have sent UNC to the free throw line in the bonus. Top of the key here with Davis. RJ Davis at the top, towards his right around the perimeter. 15 on the shot clock. Davis dribbles up, crossover dribble, drives right down the lane inside. Missed the runner, no good off the back rim. A rebound secured by Ole Miss. Oh, RJ Davis swipes it away from Padola. It's a steal. Spin cycle. Trimble downhill to the rim. No good. Missed it from point blank range. Fight for the basketball. Padola comes up with it. Oh my goodness. Almost had a 2 right there. That was crazy. Ole Miss on a 6-minute scoring drought. Ole Miss with a basketball. 3 minutes left to go. Padola stuck. Low block. Padola puts up the shot. Padola got it. It is good for 2 for the former Hokie, Sean Padola. That snaps a 6-minute scoring drought for Mississippi. Timeout by Hubert Davis. What a game. Oh my gosh. RJ Davis, he swiped the ball from behind on Padola. They couldn't make that possession on a 2. They had a great opportunity to score, but Trimble was unable to finish. Couple times that UNC could be tied right now, but unfortunately they haven't been able to finish a couple of those shots at the rim. That was a 6-minute scoring drought that Ole Miss just ended. 2:49 left as we head over to the timeout. What's good, Kano? Thanks for joining in. Appreciate for being a part of the stream. Maliko, welcome back in. If you're new on the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be back in later tonight covering Oklahoma against UConn at 9:25 p.m. if you'd like to come on back in for that one. Jason with a dono. Let's get that dono hype from my man Jason again. You the legend, brother. Top players today look like this. 12 points by RJ Davis. He's been inefficient, though, just 5 for 15 from the floor. Van Allen Lubin, 12 points, but he does have 4 personal fouls. For Ole Miss, 15 points by Sean Padola, 15 by Dre Davis, 12 by Jamin Brakefield. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this game. Type it in. Heels, Rebels. Type it in. .249 left in a 6-point game. This is one of 2 games currently going on. Maryland leads Grand Canyon 47-32. What a comeback by the Tar Heels. They were down by 22 at one point. Ole Miss, 0 made threes in half 2. They started off red hot, 7 for 10. They are 0 for 9 ever since. It's been a while since Ole Miss won a tournament game. 2015, that was a first 4 game. You have to go back a decade. A first round game, you have to go back to 2013. UNC, holy smokes, Jack on high, completely different. Second half flipping the switch compared to the first. And the last game torching the Aztecs, destroying them. Man, this is what March basketball is all about right now. North Carolina, their season right now on the line. Looking to mount a gigantic comeback. Chris Beard had his Tar Heels team locked up in the first half. Second half's been a completely different scene. 35-21 advantage in favor of UNC in half 2. UNC about to get the inbound. Inbound with 2:49 left to go. It goes to RJ Davis. Davis has possession here. Top of the key. Screen gets set by Van Allen Lubin. He's on the floor with 4 personal fouls. Lob down low off to Lubin, and he scores. Up and through. It is good for 2. It's a 4-point game. Mississippi with possession. Here we go, folks. A 2-possession game right now. North Carolina went just 9 for 26 in the first half. They're 14 for 30 in the second half. Ole Miss with the ball, top of the free throw circle. A lot of dribbling right now by Jamin Brakefield. Brakefield lost the handle, got it back. Brakefield working low block. Bounce pass from Dre Davis over to Brakefield. Brakefield inside the low post. Brakefield blocked at the rim, and North Carolina couldn't get it. Ole Miss with it, and they go up and get fouled. 2 shots here by Davon Barnes. And that is on, that looks like it might be on Lubin, which would have been it would be his 5th if it is. He is very close to that. Oh, no, it's not. Luckily for Van Allen Lubin, it wasn't. So luckily for him, it wasn't. It was his teammate next door. Wow, that was close. 2 free throws here for Ole Miss. Davon Barnes, he's at the line. He's got 4 fouls himself. First free throw, he buries it. 2:04 remaining. (66-61). Second shot, no good. Split the free throws. North Carolina with possession, down by 5. RJ Davis at the March Madness logo. Towards his right, slides it over to Drake Powell. To the middle, Cadeau, bounce pass, try to thread the needle. Bad pass, that's stolen away by Ole Miss. That's a mistake there by UNC. Now Ole Miss, minute 40 left to go. Going to slow it down once again. 5-point advantage. 1 big 3 could be the dagger right now. North Carolina is going to need to force a miss and then get a made quickly. At the low block with Dre Davis. Shovels it outside the Brakefield. Brakefield rises for the deep 2. No good. Off the mark. Offensive rebound hauled in by Dre Davis. We get a tie-up, though. Possession arrow, North Carolina. UNC, what a battle. forcing the tie-up, and they're going to get this possession. 1:20 remaining. Big possession right now for the Heels. Inbound goes to Cadeau. Down by 5. Needing a possession, needing a score on this one, needing a stop on the next one, and needing another score. That's what it's all about, March basketball. Minute 10 left to play at the right wing. To the top of the key to Davis. Davis, dribble, drive, right down the lane inside. High off the glass, got to go. Plus the foul. RJ Davis, the and one coming up in the free throw line. And he is down. RJ Davis went down hard. And this looks like a Steph Curry from last night. Looks like potentially a tailbone injury for RJ Davis. He'll have a free throw coming up. And this looks like the exact same fall. Opposite side of the hoop from Steph Curry's injury. RJ Davis taking it hard to the rack. Got it, but landed right on the backside in his tailbone. Damn. The resiliency of North Carolina. Jalen Withers exited the game early stage of the second with a pretty severe ankle injury. RJ Davis right to the cup. That's going to come at a fortune, though. Really cost a lot if they lose him. Damn. Hard fall. Damn. Right on his backside. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's going to be a free throw coming up for UNC. Never want to see that, man. Prayers to that man. Just the heart and soul of this team. RJ Davis. Went down hard. He got away with an elbow. Yeah, he got away with an elbow there. There was an elbow to the face of Matthew Morrell, and the referees missed it. Yeah, Davis. His elbow scraped the face of Morrell. This is being reviewed right now at the monitor. So according to the refs, it's fouled by Dre Davis. RJ Davis made the layup. Comes at a cost, and Morrell has tissues in both noses right now. So he took a shot to the nose there. Maryland's up against Grand Canyon, 51-36. We got 400 plus watching. If you're doing a stream, hit that thumbs up, smash the like, hit the subscribe, type in the chat who you want to win. Heels, Rebels. I'll be back live later tonight, cover UConn, Oklahoma. Feel free to join back in later tonight for UConn, Oklahoma. What a game. They were down by 22 at one point, UNC was. So we're waiting on a North Carolina free throw. RJ Davis at the free throw line. He'll have an and one. So he is up, heading to the free throw line. And he will have an and one here on the free throw. 88% free throw shooter, just 1 for 3 today. Those 2 points that they left off the board by Davis, very costly. North Carolina just 11 for 16 as a team. Ole Miss 13 for 19. Both of these teams 68% at the free throw line. 1 shot by RJ Davis, and the free throw is good right down the middle. It's a 2-point game, 66-64. 109 left to go. Ole Miss with a possession. Mississippi crosses midcourt. Jalen Murray slides it over to Padula. Padula, final minute left to go, outside to Jamin Brakefield. Hand off Padula, jacks up the 3. Padula, splash! Sean Padula, bang, bang for the perimeter. 69-64, you like some March Magic right there. Ole Mississippi. Sean Padula, the former ACC transfer from Va-Tech, a sharpshooter, nails down just a massive, massive triple, just then a gigantic 3. Timeout on the floor. 52 seconds left. That was an absolute moonshot right there by Padula. Holy cannoli. What a three. That could be it. That's a tough one to come on back from, down by 5 with 52 seconds left. You're going to need probably a 3 coming up on your side for UNC quickly, and you need a stop. Both of these teams haven't shot the ball well at all, though, from the free throw line. That's the thing. Now, this game is still very well within reach when you think about only these teams are shooting 68% each right now at the line. So there's still some time left to go. 52 seconds left, but North Carolina is going to need a quick score. Most likely going to need a quick foul unless they somehow force a turnover, and going to hope for some misses at the line. UNC 6 personal fouls. Ole Miss with 8. So next time around, Ole Miss will be in a bonus. What a game. What a comeback. 22-point lead that's dwindled right down to 5. Make some more free throws. You would be leading this game right now for North Carolina, or have it tied. 11 for 16 at the free throw line. They missed 5 free throws. That's the difference maker on the scoreboard. It's a 5-point game currently. North Carolina will have the ball. So it's going to be 52 seconds left. UNC gets the inbound. Cadeau. Cadeau crosses midcourt. Got to go quickly. Cadeau drives, attacks the paint, swings it outside. Catch and fire. 3 for UNC. No good. Left it short by Drake Powell. Defensive rebound hauled in by Ole Miss. And this one looking like it's going to be Ole Miss that advances in the second round. And Ole Miss will draw the foul. That's North Carolina's 7th. So bonus time for Mississippi. Wide open 3. And Drake Powell, a freshman, couldn't make the 3. Uncontested, wide open off the catch, and he couldn't make it. Sean Padula, player of the game, former Virginia Tech Hokie, with a major dagger, 82% free throw shooter. He'll have 1-1 here at the bonus. First one, right down the middle. 10 seniors on Ole Miss. They went on a 6+ minute scoring drought. That is a typical Chris Beard, Mark Adams offense that they've had in the past, going on multiple scoring droughts when they were coaching each at Texas and Texas Tech, but finding ways to win, even though if they do go scoreless for 6+ minutes. 71-64. Both of the free throws good by Padula. Davis, leaner, missed off the mark, no good. Pinwheels around off the rebound. It went out of bounds off Ole Miss. 25 seconds left. Not looking good for UNC. 7-point game. Sean Padula looking like he's the player of the game. Sean Padula, a sharpshooter. 25 seconds left to go. North Carolina underneath their hoop. Looking for the inbounds. Gonna find somebody open. Can't get anybody open. They eventually do. Lob inside the paint, and they left it off the glass too strong. Missed opportunity by Van Allen Lubin, and UNC commits a foul. Ole Miss at the free throw line. 22 seconds left to go in the bonus. They can smell it, they can taste it, as they'll be taking on Iowa State in round 2. Really comes down to tournament experience. Well, you get guys like Drake Powell on the floor. That's a first year. Ole Miss, you got 10 seniors on your team. 6 of those guys averaging double figures this season. Matthew Morrell. He has been with the program for 151 games now. 81% free throw shooter at the line, shooting in the 1-on-1. He missed it. Off the back rim, UNC with a defensive rebound. 7-point game, got to get something quickly. Time coming off the clock right now. Out to the corner, Davis shovels it over to the wing. A 3 misfired by the freshman. And that'll just about do it. Drake Powell, a freshman, down the stretch, cracks under pressure. Bricks threes when they could have had the opportunity to make a comeback. Ole Miss heading to the free throw line. Comes down to who's on the floor and who's got elite level experience in big games. Ole Miss, close game after close game this season from this bunch. These guys have been playing throughout the course of the season together as seniors. They consistently had the same guys out there playing together, gelling with one another. North Carolina missed 1-3. North Carolina on the second three, no good at the buzzer. And North Carolina closes out this game 0 for 5 in the last 50 seconds from three-point range. And this game wraps up 71-64, the final score. Ole Miss moving on to take on Iowa State in round number 2 of the tournament as the Rebels advance in the bracket. What a game. This was not looking like it was going to be a ball game at all. This looked like it was going to be a blowout. Props to North Carolina for coming on back and making this a game. It was a 22-point lead at one point for Ole Miss, and in the end, just classic Chris Beard, Mark Adams, that they don't score much in the end, but when they do, they hit enough shots to be able to sustain that lead and eventually end up winning it. 71-64 the final score. I'll be back in later tonight covering UConn against Oklahoma. Feel free to join in if you guys would like later tonight. Before you do sign off, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe as I'm going to wrap up this one here. And I'll see you guys soon. We're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, Bradley, Warren Kelly, I Am Ghost, Denaja Player, Asia, Ice Baby, Katie Ogie, SGA Sports Talk, Lonely Satellite, Michael, John, Norma, Jonathan, Guido, and Mark. Thanks everybody for joining in. What a game here. Ole Miss able to win 71-64 over North Carolina. Thanks for joining in, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Friday.